Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Are you a streetlight person? Or are you someone that has a little bit of spirituality behind you? I know for myself, I thought I lost my spirituality, and really I did. I was so lost in the darkness that life became dull. Things didn't matter anymore. I was super depressed, full of anxiety, always worrying. It's like a rat race inside your mind. So I'm bringing you today some of my spirituality conversation because it is the month of October and it is a monthly Movement Makers Challenge, which is what I'm doing this video. I'm blessed to be in Evan Carmichael's group called the Movement Makers because I'm someone here on a mission to make a movement about inspiring self-love. And to me, spirituality and my mission to inspire self-love really go hand in hand. Mostly because I don't believe that without the journey to inspire self-love, I would have ever found this mission that I'm now so passionate about. Because for me, inspiring self-love is like that internal love that our creator has given to us. Our creator gave us love and abundance, ideas, and created us in his image. So we are abundant and full and creative and magical and powerful in all sorts of ways. But I strongly believe that the darkness in our world, the idea that when we are able to be fully aligned and fully connected to ourselves and to the universe, to what I believe I like to call God, Jesus, my higher power, the universe, love, when we get connected inside, we come to this understanding of knowing that a piece of that divinity lives within us. You know, as a Christian, I call it my higher power. Sometimes we call it spirit animal guides. You know, whatever it is that resonates for you, that's all that matters, that you focus and you follow your journey, your spiritual path. Something that makes you feel lighthearted and loved and secure within. Because I know as a person that has suffered with self-love deficiency for most of my life, I gave up on spirituality. I gave up the hope and felt lost to the darkness of constantly being consumed by that evil entity, those inner demons that constantly cry out to you, you're not enough. You're not good enough. You need to do better. Gal, how could you ever compete with X, Y, and Z? You're never going to be pretty enough than this person. You're not going to be skinny enough for this person. All of those things inside, those negative beliefs, those negative beliefs. Mommy, Zarya, I'm not going to read the book to you if you don't stop. Shh. If you don't give yourself the opportunity to break out of those negative cycles, then you're allowing yourself to stay trapped by those inner demons, by that darkness that is constantly trying to bring you down. Which to me, if there's a dark, then there has to be the light, right? So if you have these inner demons, if you're consumed by anger, guilt, fear, frustration, anger, resentment, shame, these are all feelings that are meant to bring you down, meant to keep you down. And when we look at the truth in nature, in the truth in divinity, in the truth in our spirituality, it's full of love, abundance, peace, forgiveness, resilience, positive growth. Although sometimes the growth does come through us enduring through suffering, enduring through those anger and those challenges. But real growth when it comes to spirituality is learning to sit with the pain and trying to understand, why am I receiving this pain? What is this suffering trying to teach me? And learning to let it go. Learning to understand that we have no control over anything here in our worldly realm except for our own actions, thoughts, choices, and behaviors. And I'll even tell you, sometimes breaking out of those cycles, out of that negativity, is difficult because although we want to believe that all of our thoughts are ours, if you're stuck in that mind game and you are lost to your spirituality and you're in those negative cycles, I'm going to tell you a big secret right now, and it took me a long time to figure it out until I started making my way out. The thoughts that you're experiencing are not normal, they are not yours, and they need to be extricated out of your life if they are causing you misery, unnecessary, enduring suffering, and you feel like you're hopeless, angry, resentful, and frustration. Like, those feelings need to be removed from your life, and not by removed as in you're never going to feel them, because you're entitled to feel them. You should feel them. You're going to feel them. Nothing that you're ever going to do is going to stop these feelings from coming up again in the future, even though it might be a completely different set of circumstances, scenarios, times, people, things that might be causing that anger, that frustration, that suffering. Why? Because when you are enlightened and on a spiritual journey, you stop to allow yourself to feel that pain, to allow yourself to come to the understanding of that pain, and you willingly let it go. You're letting it leave your body and leave your system instead of holding onto it and grasping onto it so tight that it's now inside of you and it's being locked inside of your heart, inside of your soul. And then it just gets deeper, and then more things cling to it. Something else happens and it solidifies that pain, that sorrow, that frustration. That's holding on to it. If you continue to hold on to that pain in your heart, that hardens inside of you, and then you close off. You end up getting closed off from the spiritual connections of the world because you're so angry and frustrated, and nothing could ever go right for you again, right? I know for me, I felt like I deserved to live in sorrow. I deserved to live with that anger and that frustration. And in some ways, I did. I did deserve to live in that anger and that frustration and that resentment, because in that time in my life, I took the steps to stay there, to get there, to be there. I did not take the steps to walk myself out of a very bad situation because of the fear and the discouragement and the aloneness that I felt from those inner demons. And that's for me, one of the reasons why Inspire Self-Love is so spiritual based. It's not about being cocky or believing I'm so much better than anybody, because I don't believe I'm any better than anybody. In fact, I feel like I've been some of the people that have been on the struggling, on the suffering, on the anger. I feel like I was battling my way out of hell these last year or two. And you know what? That's okay, because that's my journey. But my spiritual journey has led me to be here, to come to you, to tell you that you were created individually unique, that you are plentiful, you are abundant, and you are loved. But it does take time to break out of negative cycles so that we can move through life, move through the difficult decisions, move through the chaos of this life, and really move through it like a ride, right? Because when you feel connected, you start to find that purpose within your life. You start to seek the joy and wisdom of others. You start to wonder how you have been able to go so long without growing. And when you start to remember that we're all here on a journey, when you are on that mission and that journey, it's about loving yourself. When you're trying to be enlightened and be in a spiritual journey, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of sacrifices. It takes a lot of commitment and dedication to know that you deserve to be loved by others around yourself as the Creator loves you. And sometimes when you're stuck in that darkness, you don't even know what that love feels like. For myself, I didn't feel worthy of love. I didn't believe I deserved healthy love. I honestly believed that I needed to tolerate the abusiveness of my past relationships in order for me to even have connection with anyone. And that is 100% wrong. No company is better than bad company. And it took me a long time to realize that. It took me deep, dark diving into who I was, into my spirituality, to learn that when you believe you deserve to be abused, that is the lack of spirituality and spiritual guidance. That is the darkness winning in your life. Those feelings of emptiness and resentment and frustration, that is the devil winning in your life. You feel miserable, you feel shamed, you feel resentful. But what are you going to do about it? If you let yourself stay stewing and stay in that constant cycle, you're never going to go anywhere. Except for spiral down further and further and further. But I want to let you know that you're not alone on the journey. I only bring this to you because you might be in that dark space. And if you are, I want to give you love and light and encouragement to let you know you are not alone in the suffering. You are not the first person. You are not the last person. Your situation is individually unique, and you can handle it. You have the power to take over your life, to take back over, and to create the abundance that you need and you desire in your life, because we are created in the image of God, in the image of His greatness. We have the abundance, we have the capability, but we have to want it. We need to find clarity, we need to find value, purpose, and first we have to get out of that negative cycle, because without breaking out of that cycle, then you are never going to be able to find your true purpose. You're never going to find what brings you joy and brings you excitement and only keeps you in the sorrow. When you're able to inspire self-love and love yourself the way the Creator loves you, not only do you get to create your life the way you believe you're meant to be and live, but you also get to love others for who they are. You get to have more peace and joy and acceptance of others, because you know that they are also other beings being here, living their human experience as well.
Mommy, help! I'm wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, you are. So, are you willing to adventure down the realm of your spirituality? I'm Christian, but I'm also kind of a natural hippie person. I'm Christian, but I also really love tarot and rocks and believe that the moon has its own energies and properties to this world. And you know, that witchy nature side of me, it still believes that the higher power within us, the Creator, the love, the universe, it all really comes back to being love, accepting, and kind to each other. You know, the spirituality journey of each one of us is different. But if we can all arrive to the same conclusion, then that's how we know we're following the correct God, the correct beauty, the correct wonder of the universe. When you look up and you research, you do your part to see what you agree on, see what you disagree on. But as long as you're able to have respect for every person, bless you, that comes across your way, then you know you're getting somewhere. It's the people that are blocked by one singular way of thinking and that makes them angry. That's not true acceptance. That's not true spirituality. Which is why I encourage you to start your journey today if you haven't. Here's some things that helped me through my last year of getting spiritually stronger. 1, waking up saying I'm thankful for life, being thankful for the breath in my life, because so many of us have known people or will have known people that one day we just don't wake up. Or people get into accidents and life gets taken from us much too soon. 2, I like to pray in the mornings to get my mind connected to God. I always do the Our Father and the Hail Mary. I do my Hail Mary in Spanish, that's okay. And you can do it anytime, whatever feels right to you. I also like to practice gratitude, being thankful for what I have. It's such a strong, easy, spiritual way of growing. I also enjoy journaling and being in nature, getting into the nature and just getting to experience the vibrancy of the colors, hearing the sounds of water running or birds chirping, leaves rustling around. That inner stillness that you can find in nature, that is joy. That is freedom. That is serenity and peace. So that's just one of those last tips I'm going to give you about that. You don't even have to go into nature necessarily, but if you close your eyes and allow your other senses to feel, to be present in the moment, and to accept everything around you as is, to allow your reception of the world to come in and to quietly observe everything around you. There's some days I feel so connected. I feel like I see these sparks of vibrancy of life in the air. Like some days the mountains are so majestic and beautiful. The sky is so blue. The tones are so rich. The earth is just so grounding. And not every day is as connected, but that's okay. When you are first starting, it takes a lot of work and effort. And as you carry on into your journey of learning your spiritual practice, staying consistent with the practice, then you're able to get back into the step, back into the flow, back into the abundance. And that's what you deserve. This world was created with plenty of abundance for all of us. So where are you? Are you living in the lower spectrum of abundance? Are you limiting yourself with your limiting beliefs? Are you limiting yourself with that resentment, with that sorrow, with that frustration? Are you blocking yourself from the income, energy flow, healthy relationships, beautiful cultivated togetherness? If so, you're not alone. Quick talk about spirituality, and that only barely skims the surface. And I know I'm trying to get better at describing my own spiritual beliefs in the way that will be interpreted correctly. If you have any questions or want to know more or want to share about your spiritual beliefs and practices, drop it in the comments. If this was resonating for you at all, please subscribe and follow along for more. This is only the beginning of my self-love journey, and I'm a woman warrior on a mission to break negative cycles, to inspire self-love within myself and within others, so that I can start living my most joyful, authentic, passionate life and make my difference in the world today. I hope you subscribe and follow along for more. Bye!